You spend 1/3 of your life doing it, yet you probably understand it the least. Sleep isn't just a period of inactivity. It's a high-stakes biological maintenance mission. According to research published in PubMed, missing just one night of sleep can lead to a 400% increase in inflammatory markers. If you've been waking up feeling like your brain is wrapped in a fog, you aren't just tired. Your brain is struggling to survive. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a 90-minute secret used by elite athletes to master their recovery. But first, we need to look at what happens when the lights go out. Imagine your brain is a busy city. During the day, it produces tons of metabolic trash. But how does it get cleaned? Research published in Healthline shows that we have a glymphatic system. Think of it as a dishwasher for your brain. While you are in deep sleep, your brain cells actually shrink by 60%, creating space for cerebrospinal fluid to rush in and wash away toxic proteins like beta amyloid. Without this nightly wash, these toxins build up, leading to brain fog and even Alzheimer's. This is why you can't power through a lack of sleep. Deep inside your hypothalamus lies a tiny cluster of neurons called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or the SCN. This is your master clock. According to a study in PubMed, the SCN coordinates every single biological process, from your body temperature to your testosterone levels. But here is the problem. Our modern world is designed to confuse this clock. Artificial lights, late-night snacks, and indoor living create a state of permanent jet lag. Your SCN is screaming for a signal to tell it what time it is. And that signal is simpler than you think. Research shows that the most powerful signal for your master clock is sunlight hitting your retina. Not through a window, but directly. When photons hit your eyes in the morning, they trigger a surge of cortisol, which is your alertness hormone. But more importantly, it starts a 16-hour countdown for the release of melatonin later tonight. If you don't get sun in your eyes before 10 a.m., your brain doesn't know when to start the sleep timer. This is the foundation of the Huberman Protocol that is taking the biohacking world by storm. Every minute you are awake, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. Think of it as sleep pressure. The longer you are awake, the higher the pressure. According to PubMed studies, by the time you reach 16 hours of wakefulness, your adenosine levels are so high that your brain's performance drops to the level of someone who is legally drunk. Sleep is the only way to flush this chemical out. But there is a molecule that we all use to hijack this system, and it's probably in your hand right now: caffeine. Most people think caffeine gives them a jolt of energy. In reality, it's just a molecular identity thief. Caffeine's structure is almost identical to adenosine, allowing it to fit into your brain's receptors and lock them. According to research published by Healthline, caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. This means if you drink a cup of coffee at 4 p.m., half of that caffeine is still swimming in your brain at 10 p.m. Even if you fall asleep, the quality of your deep sleep is reduced by up to 20%. You wake up tired, reach for more caffeine, and the vicious cycle continues. To break it, scientists recommend a caffeine cutoff at least 8 to 10 hours before bed. When you finally close your eyes, you don't just shut off. You enter a complex architectural cycle. Stage 1 and 2 are the light sleep phases. Research in PubMed highlights that during Stage 2, your brain produces sleep spindles, brief bursts of high-frequency brain activity. These spindles are like a data transfer, moving your short-term memories from the fragile hippocampus to the long-term storage of the neocortex. If you are constantly woken up during these stages, you lose your ability to learn new skills. This is the stage where your heart rate begins to slow and your core temperature starts to drop, preparing you for the heavy lifting ahead. Now we enter the holy grail of recovery, deep sleep, or NREM Stage 3. This is when your brain waves become long, slow delta waves. According to a study published in PubMed, this is the only time your body releases a massive surge of human growth hormone, HGH. This hormone is responsible for repairing your muscles, strengthening your bones, and boosting your immune system. During this phase, you are effectively disconnected from the world. If someone tries to wake you up now, you feel sleep drunk, disoriented, and heavy. This is the phase that prevents physical aging and keeps your metabolism running like a Ferrari. After the body is repaired, it's time to fix the mind. You enter REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. Your brain becomes as active as when you are awake, but your body is completely paralyzed. Why? To keep you from acting out your dreams. Healthline research suggests that REM sleep is the only time our brain is completely devoid of the stress molecule, noradrenaline. This allows us to process difficult emotions and traumatic memories without the sting of pain. REM is your nightly therapy session. It's the reason why you can go to bed crying and wake up feeling like you can handle the world again. We evolved under the stars, but we now live under LEDs. The blue light from your smartphone and TV is a biological weapon against your sleep. According to a groundbreaking study in PubMed, blue light suppresses melatonin, the vampire hormone that only comes out in the dark, twice as much as any other light wavelength. Even 15 minutes of scrolling through TikTok can delay your sleep onset by up to 2 hours. Your brain thinks the sun is still up, so it keeps you in a state of emergency alertness. To fix this, scientists recommend using blue light blockers or, better yet, banning screens 90 minutes before bed. To fall asleep and stay asleep, your body needs to drop its core temperature by about 1 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. Research published by the Sleep Foundation and confirmed in PubMed studies shows that the ideal room temperature for sleep is approximately 65 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 degrees Celsius. When your room is too hot, your brain cannot enter the deeper stages of sleep because it's too busy trying to regulate your body heat. This is why you often kick one leg out from under the covers. It's your body's natural way of offloading heat. Scientists suggest that a warm bath 90 minutes before bed actually helps because it draws blood to the surface of your skin, causing your core temperature to plummet once you get out. Many people reach for a glass of wine to help them fall asleep, calling it a nightcap. But research published in PubMed proves that alcohol is one of the biggest enemies of quality sleep. Alcohol is a sedative, but sedation is not sleep. It effectively knocks out your higher brain regions, but it prevents you from entering REM sleep. This is why, after a night of drinking, you might wake up feeling dead the next day. Your brain spent the whole night fragmented, jumping in and out of light sleep, never reaching the restorative emotional therapy of REM. In fact, alcohol can suppress your first few cycles of REM entirely, leaving you emotionally volatile and cognitively impaired the next morning. If you struggle with a racing mind at night, you might be deficient in a critical mineral. According to studies in PubMed, magnesium plays a vital role in activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for making you feel calm and relaxed. It regulates neurotransmitters like GABA, which sends signals to the brain to quiet down. Research shows that about 50% of the U.S. population is magnesium deficient due to modern soil depletion and high-stress lifestyles. Supplementing with magnesium glycinate or threonate has been shown to improve sleep onset and quality without the grogginess associated with traditional sleep meds. It is the ultimate natural off switch for a stressed-out brain. How you breathe while you sleep is just as important as how long you sleep. According to research shared by Healthline, breathing through your nose is a biohack for deep sleep. Nasal breathing produces nitric oxide, a molecule that increases oxygen circulation and lowers your heart rate. On the other hand, mouth breathing leads to snoring and sleep apnea, which starves your brain of oxygen all night long. This has led to the popular mouth taping trend in the biohacking community. By placing a small piece of surgical tape over your lips, you force your body to breathe through its nose, significantly increasing the time spent in deep, restorative sleep. It sounds crazy, but the science of oxygenation doesn't lie. Sleep is the ultimate anti-aging therapy. According to a landmark study published in PubMed, sleep duration is directly linked to the length of your telomeres, the protective caps on the ends of your DNA strands. Every time you cut your sleep short, you are effectively accelerating your biological aging process. Lack of sleep triggers chronic inflammation, which rusts your organs from the inside out. Research shows that consistently sleeping less than 6 hours a night increases the risk of developing Alzheimer's by 60%, because the brain never gets that glymphatic wash we discussed earlier. If you want to live to 100 with a sharp mind, sleep isn't a luxury. It is a non-negotiable requirement for your DNA's survival. Have you ever wondered why your problems feel 10 times bigger at 2 a.m.? Research published in PubMed shows that a sleep-deprived brain has a hyperactive amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and anxiety. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, which handles logic, is effectively offline. This is why you overthink your past mistakes or worry about the future in the middle of the night. Sleep is the mute button for emotional distress. According to Healthline, a full night of REM sleep acts as overnight therapy, stripping away the emotional charge from your memories so you can wake up with a fresh perspective. If you don't sleep, you are literally living in a state of constant biological fear. Dreaming isn't just random imagery, it's your brain's most advanced simulation software. According to research in PubMed, during REM sleep, your brain connects unrelated ideas that you would never link while awake. This is where creative intelligence is born. Many of history's greatest inventions, from the periodic table to the structure of DNA, were first discovered in dreams. Your brain is essentially running millions of what-if scenarios to prepare you for the challenges of tomorrow. When you cut your sleep short, you aren't just losing rest. You are losing your ability to solve complex problems and think outside the box. Now, here is the secret I promised you: the 90-minute rule. Human sleep isn't measured in hours, but in cycles. Each cycle lasts approximately 90 minutes. According to the science of sleep inertia, waking up in the middle of a deep sleep cycle makes you feel groggy and hit by a truck, even if you slept for 8 hours. The key is to wake up at the end of a cycle. For example, sleeping for 7.5 hours, 5 cycles, is much better than sleeping for 8 hours, waking up mid-cycle. If you need to wake up at 7 a.m., you should go to bed at either 11:30 p.m., 5 cycles, or 10 p.m., 6 cycles. This simple math hack will transform how you feel when the alarm goes off. So, how do we put all this science into a daily routine? Let's call it the 3-2-1 protocol. Research shows this is the gold standard for high-performance sleep. 3 hours before bed, stop eating to allow your core temperature to drop. 2 hours before bed, stop working to let your brain's stress circuits cool down. 1 hour before bed, no screens to allow melatonin to flood your system. Combine this with a 65-degree room and 5 minutes of morning sun, and you will have more energy than 99% of the population. This isn't just advice, it's a biological operating system for your life. Sleep is not a luxury you can afford to sacrifice. It is the very foundation of your physical health, your emotional stability, and your future longevity. According to the latest longevity research, the best version of yourself is literally created while you sleep. Tonight, try the 90-minute rule. Tomorrow, look at the sun. If you want to master your biology and live a longer, sharper life, hit that subscribe button and join our community of high performers. Your journey to 100 years starts tonight. Sweet dreams.